every now and then I feel like an A-Team clip will just fall onto my For You page, or is that randomly like UFC stuff will pop in like random funny clips, and then it's always you.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen. And I'm always on TikTok. I guess it's not on my For You page has changed recently because I be wanting to see more girls working out, but I see a lot of the am I the asshole shit, and cops being rude to motherfuckers.
I love those.
Yeah.
Well, it's because what you watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I heard it's a way you can reset your algorithm.
You can reset it, but I always like to see what people's algorithms are, because sometimes I unfortunately have found out that I was ruining my sister's algorithm on Instagram, and I felt really bad because I went through a rabbit hole where I got really interested in watching pimple popping videos. And it just like the algorithm kept feeding it to me, and I kept watching it. And suddenly 2 days into me being in this rabbit hole of watching Dr. Pimple Popper, my sister complains to me. She's like, why the fuck is Instagram consistently giving me pimple popping videos?
Were you watching it on her phone?
No, I was watching it on mine, but because your algorithm is comprised of what you give time to, but also what people you interact with look at too. So sometimes like I'll see one of his friends pop up on my For You page, but I don't know them.
I didn't know that.
But it's because like he's watching their stuff and we're friends. So sometimes the algorithm will say, oh, maybe you know this person too, or maybe you'll like this type of content too. And it did that with my sister with these pimple popping videos. And so she complained about it, and I was like, oh shit, that's me. And I blamed it on her ex-boyfriend because he also watched pimple popping videos.
You would have loved if I would have videotaped when they did this surgery right here.
I love stuff like that. I think it's so disgusting, but in a way that's really satisfying.
I had a clitoris on my arm.
You had a what?
I called it a clitoris.
Was it a clitoris?
It was lymphoma.
Okay, that wasn't. So, isn't lymphoma a type of cancer?
Well, it must,
like a tumor?
No, it was like a fatty tissue. I thought that was.
Got it.
Am I saying the wrong thing?
I don't know.
The lymphoma gets big.
Yeah, it was like a fatty, and I see it's like.
So you had a clit on your arm.
I had a clit on my arm.
Did you name it?
Clitoris. I was playing with it.
You were playing with your clit?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're rude.
Your words, not mine. But yeah, I feel like my TikTok algorithm right now is a bunch of people eating. And a lot of Asian girls, like in Korea, just eating a bunch of weird foods.
That's weird. I can't watch that stuff.
I love watching it late at night because I get fat very easily if I don't like reel in my diet. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I get fat really easily because I'm short, and so like a pound on me looks a lot more than a pound on you. And so when I gain weight really quickly because I was a really fat kid. My family used to give me the nickname when I was younger of Baby Sumo. Because every time I had these huge thunder thighs, and all of my cousins were skinnier, almost malnourished looking Vietnamese children, and I looked like I bled in Sure Milk. So I was walking around the house super fucking thick, stomping everywhere, and they said I sound like a sumo wrestler when I walk, so they called me Baby Sumo. And
I like that for you.
So I am very self-conscious of the way I eat sometimes because I don't want to get fat as fuck. And when I'm stressed, I love to eat. But now I can't get fat as fuck. I don't have enough money yet before I can just like go full Jabba the Hutt, because that's my goal. I want enough money in my bank account where I don't have to be hot anymore, where I could just be fat if I wanted to. And I'm not quite there yet. And so I will watch other people eat, especially late at night when I have a craving. I'll watch people eat fried chicken a lot because I really want KFC or Jollibee, but I won't allow myself to have it.
Well, I'm not trying to give you advice or anything like that, but I used to be like pretty much shredded my whole life.
Yeah.
And then after all the years of cutting weight and putting on weight really fast, cutting weight and putting on weight, I messed up my metabolism, my thyroid. I got up to almost 300 pounds. And I started working out with my friend. Yeah, he's like my strength and conditioning coach now. He has me fasting.
Oh, okay.
So I noticed once you start fasting for a while, you start doing it for a couple of months or whatever. After a while, if you get used to just eating like one big meal a day, which some foodies have a problem with that, but then once you get used to doing that, then you can start eating whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
But you should eat clean like a couple of days, and then like maybe once or twice a week have whatever you want when you fast.
Yeah.
Then reset your body by coming off your fast like every couple of weeks, you know, eat a breakfast, something like that. But fasting it helps you out a lot. It's it reverses your aging and it clears out all the toxins in your body. That the science behind it is your body is always in survival mode, and so say if you fast for 7 days, just say if you fast for 7 days once or twice a year, it would be harder for you to catch stuff like cancer and sickness. You probably wouldn't even get sick. So if you even if you ate every other day, like fast for 2 days in a row, your body wouldn't keep as many toxins, because our food here is very bad.
Yeah, the quality of our food.
Yeah.
I didn't realize till I started going abroad more recently that I realized how bad the quality of the food here is in the United States.
Oh yeah, I think I went to Colombia for 8 days. Normally I lose like 14, 15 pounds, but this time I went straight from Arizona pretty much, and the people I was hanging around in Arizona, I was working, and I broke my fast, and I wasn't eating clean, so I can already tell that I was like putting on a little weight. Then I went straight to Colombia, and I kept a bad habit, so I don't think I lost. I think I gained weight on my Colombia trip, and I was pretty upset. But it's also your frame of mind.
Yeah.
So know that God made you with free will, and a lot of people don't know what free will is. So free will is basically you create your own reality. It's not only you have the will to do right or wrong. It's like when you create your own reality. And I listen to you, what you were saying about how you eat and how easy you put on weight and stuff like that. I used to say the same thing. So whatever you say about yourself, you're speaking into existence. So if you start believing and training yourself to say, oh, I can eat whatever I want and I won't gain a pound. If you keep saying that and you start believing it, you would shape your reality to doing it. So it's all about your thinking and your habits. And since, part of your, I don't gotta tell you this, part of your business is to, look as good as you want to look. So while you're doing it now, get you some good habits. And then even when you retire and you get all your money, you still want a good quality of life, because the older you get, the more weight you put on, then you shorten your life.
Yeah, definitely. I noticed that too, where I almost had to trick myself into getting myself into eating right, because I never had an issue with working out. I really loved working out. I actually met Nadeem because I used to powerlift, and I used to watch him and his friends on YouTube powerlift.
He a powerlifter?
Oh my God, this dude is strong as fuck.
He look like a fucking tank.
He is so fucking strong. It's like not even funny. I don't understand. I threw out my back powerlifting, so I stopped. But I just, for the life of me, couldn't stop eating, because I'm an emotional eater. Anytime I'm stressed, I want to eat.
And then you blew her back out?
He did not blow my back out.
Just platonic.
No, you just said you blew.
No, I blew my back out squatting.
Oh, you blew your back.
I blew my back out.
Damn.
Yeah, damn. But yeah, I noticed that the more I tell myself I'm like enjoying something, the more eventually my brain believes it. And so I told myself that I really love Pilates, because in my head, every single girl who does Pilates is skinny and hot. And so I started doing Pilates, and I told myself I love Pilates, even though the first month I hated it. And now I love it. And now it's so much fun. And telling myself I love eating healthy because I love the way I feel the next day.
Pilates has never been on my radar until I saw that black guy from the Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
He's like 70 years old, and he looks the same like when he did Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
And I remember like a couple of weeks prior, some hot ass chick, it was at the gym when I used to go to the gym down here at Equinox, asked me to do Pilates with her. I was like, no, I ain't finna do no Pilates. But then I was like, man, I need to call this girl up and do some motherfucking Pilates.
You should do Pilates.
But I'm too shy to be in there with a bunch of hot chicks and fucking tight ass pants with no shoes on, 'cause I got ugly feet. Doing
you can wear
fucking
socks. We wear grippy. There's different types of Pilates. So I do reformer Pilates, where you wear like grippy socks because you're on like a machine.
I can wear socks.
You can wear socks. The Pilates I do, you wear socks.
Oh, okay. I'm down with that.
But yeah, you should do Pilates. It's really good. I found out that Pilates was created by a guy who created that method of working out to rehab World War II veterans after they came back with injuries. And so it's supposed to like fix a bunch of issues.
Yeah, see, if I fight, I'm trying to sign this boxing match, and I got to get down to 230. So I'm gonna have to do some something really different
Yeah.
than what I've been doing to get my weight down, because I'm fighting this guy. He's a little bit smaller than me, so we agreed to meet at 230, which is still heavyweight. So I might look into Pilates as long as I can do it. Like as long as I can hire like a Pilates coach and I can do it at a private time where everybody.
Yeah, a lot of people will do. A lot of like the bougier clients like to do private sessions, so it's like one-on-one rather than you doing it. In
okay,
class.
I can do that.
But I like doing a class because I'm a little competitive. So when I feel like I want to give up, I look around and I realize I'm gonna be the first one to give up. I can't, so I'll keep going. If someone else gives up before me, then I'm fine. I can give up.
The next gym I do, if I ever do a gym, one of my friends told me about doing a gym. Hey, Jim, I'm gonna put a Pilates studio in there. I just want to be a fly on the wall.
Just a fly.
Just a fly on the wall.
Just a fly.
Yeah.
Pilates is filled with nothing but hot girls.
Yeah.
Pilates is the place you go. Every single time I go, it's always filled with hot girls, and maybe one guy. The last Pilates class I went to, there were two guys who came in, very athletic. I think they went in just trying to see what type of class it was, and it was just two very attractive, fit black guys in a room filled with hot, skinny girls.
Smart dudes.
And but like, there was something about when they went into the room. I think on the street I would have looked at those two guys like, oh, those are two good looking guys, whatever. But the fact that they were the only two guys in a Pilates class made them so much more attractive. And I don't know why. They weren't even good at it, which made them even more attractive to me. Because I'm doing Pilates and I'm over here and I can see on my peripheral, like, why am I paying attention to these guys? I should be, like, I'm fighting for my life right now. But for some reason, these men in Pilates are more attractive to me than they would have been, like, just out in the world.
I wonder how many of those Pilates chicks they smashing.
Maybe.
I might need to switch my little game up around here. Damn, Pilates is really on my radar.
Pilates is the way. Okay.
And when I go down to Rodeo 39 down there, I almost crashed one time. I saw some hot chicks coming out of.
You almost crashed?
I almost crashed because I was driving by some hot chicks coming out of Pilates. I couldn't even look at some people. Almost rear-ended somebody.
Are you a good driver?
I'm a great driver. I've been driving since I was a kid.
Because sometimes I feel like people say they're good drivers, and then I get in the car with them, they're terrible drivers.
No, I'm a great driver.
I can proudly say I'm an okay driver.
I'm a great driver. I'm just not good at parking.
I'm really good at parallel parking. I used to I learned how to drive in a minivan, and so I'm used to driving like really big cars, and then my first car was a Mini Cooper, so that's easy to park everywhere. So I'm really good at parking. I'm just not that great at driving. Yeah. I'm okay at driving. Well, as long as I'm not bad, because it's embarrassing being the Asian girl and then getting in a car accident and then people look over. Yeah, the stereotype. Because like it's in that particular case, it's true.
Yeah. It's a stereotype. But I'm gonna tell you this: when you have kids, boy or girl, teach them how to drive young. When they really young, let them sit and go to the parking lot. Let them sit in your lap and do the wheel.
Like Britney Spears back in the day.
Well, I don't know anything about her.
Oh, she was like paparazzi'd because she, like, way back in the day when she first had her kids, because she was driving a car and she had one of her babies in the driver's seat with her.
Oh, it was a baby or a kid?
It was a baby, unfortunately.
No.
I think the situation was that she was getting chased by paparazzi, so she's just trying to get in and out of where she was going, and she didn't load up the baby.
You get chased? No, their kids should be in
a baby seat.
Yeah. No, when they get like 5 years old and stuff like that, you can understand. My oldest brother, he's like 6 years older than me. I remember my mom had like a little bitty Pontiac stick shift. And he used to go to the store and come back for her. Drive to the store.
You knew how to drive stick shift?
Yeah, as a 5 years old.
Oh, that's great. I still don't know how to drive.
He's never been in a car accident in his life.
I have been in several, unfortunately.
Yeah, shit.
That's fine. Shit happens, and I'm Asian, so it's okay. Okay, so we're gonna get started with am I the asshole? So this one is, am I the asshole for not helping my brother with his rent after he showed up to pick up the rent check with a new tattoo? My brother asked me if I could please help him pay for his rent this month. It was only $800, so I agreed. When he came to my place to pick it up, I noticed he had a brand new tattoo on his calf. Like, it is still in the plastic from the artist. I asked him what the fuck, and he said that he had booked the tattoo months ago and that this is an artist that was hard to get an appointment with. I told him I changed my mind, so he had to go get it from our parents. And our parents berated him for for his stupidity and poor decision making. He says that I'm the asshole because I agreed without any conditions and that our parents would make him feel stupid about his decisions. I don't think I should help him when he had the money and chose to spend it stupidly on a tattoo. That's so stupid. Some people don't know what to do with their money. Yeah. Rent or a tattoo?
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
That's silly.
Yeah, but think about it. If he's telling the truth, because, you know, if it's a good tattoo artist and he had it booked months ago, and then that's when the tattoo artists come available, some people think like, YOLO, nigga. You know what I'm saying? They'll go and do it. But honestly, I think that the brother just got the tattoo should have fucking wore pants and covered the shit up or whatever.
That, I think, was the dumbest part, is that you didn't even try to lie about it.
It's a slap to your face. So I would say not 100% the asshole, but, you know, at the end of the day, it's your brother and they need it for rent. I say that you most definitely make that motherfucker pay you back. And you fucking make fun of them and stuff like that, but you a little bit of the asshole, because if you promise your brother you're gonna help him out with rent $800, you know that's your brother. You know your brother. You know your brother's a brokey. You know, is this person a girl or a boy? We don't know. Yeah. If it's the older brother, younger brother, we don't know. So it leaves a lot of stuff in my mind. Like me with my younger brother, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't give my younger brother shit. I would never give my younger brother shit. And he know that. You know, I started fighting to help out my family because my family really poor. Back home where they okay now. But my younger brother, when I first moved here, I moved here to be a fighter. I left everything. And I had an apartment. My friend that started me to fight, and him and his wife just left me their apartment, because it was a 1-bedroom apartment. I was sleeping on the couch and with my girlfriend from college. Me and her broke up. And so she moved out, so I'm in this apartment by myself, and I couldn't get a job. That's why I was working at Vietnamese. I get a job working at Vietnamese bouncer, and I wasn't making that much money, and my rent was like $900 a month. And this back in 2000, you know what I'm saying?
And that's a lot of money for back then.
Fuck yeah, coming from Memphis, when a 3-bedroom apartment cost you like $700, $400 in Memphis, where I'm from. Ooh, a nice 3-bedroom apartment. So. Long story short, my brother snitched on someone, and he was a fucking snitch. Came into a whole bunch of money, like $10,000 or some shit like that. That's a fucking lot of money, especially back then. That's what I mean. So I asked my brother, I said, hey, bro, listen, I can't make rent. This month. You know, I don't got no food. I don't got shit. I said, you know, I'm out here trying to fight. I'm trying to be a fighter. I know my brother. You know your siblings. I said, I know he's stingy. You know, and I said, listen, bro, if you help me out with rent this month, you know what I'm saying, I won't never forget this. And you know what I'm saying, when I make it, because I know I'm going to make it, I'm not wasting my time out here. You know what I'm saying, I'll hook you up, and plus I'm gonna pay you back. It's gonna take me time to pay you back, but I'm gonna pay you back. He was like, no, too many people asking me for money. I said, I know, you got $10,000, bro. I'm just asking for anything. You don't gotta pay my whole rent. Give me anything, and I can fucking do whatever I got to do to try to make the rest. And he was like, no. So I said, all right. Just remember that I asked you for this. Like, I'm starving. I don't even got food. Yeah. But remember, like, you could have sent me something. You could have sent me $50 to feed myself, anything. You sent me $0. He said, yeah, I won't forget it. He was like cocky about it. Yeah. And so, you know, years happened, and I started making money. And he asked me for some money. I said, fuck you.
And he stood on business. He said no.
Yeah. And he had my mom ask me, like, that's your brother? I was like, fuck that. So it depends on their relationship to you. But come on, that's your brother. You know the motherfucker stupid with money. Make fun of him, loan him money, but then hound his ass. Make sure you give your fucking money back.
Yeah, I'm always split on that, because I'm the oldest out of my siblings, and in my household, I was always treated like, although I was still one of the kids, I was a second parent to my siblings. And so it was my responsibility to look after them. So even as an adult, I have to do what I can to help them out in any way. So in that regard, I do think, because the original writer said $800 was going to be easy for them to just give to their siblings.
It's
for
nothing
this
for
rent.
them.
It's nothing.
Yeah.
So like, give it to them. It's like, it's fine. The tattoo is a stupid decision, but they'll learn eventually, hopefully, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, there is a resentment where it just feels like you get to have the luxury of being responsible and being stupid with your money, and I don't have that luxury. I have to work my ass off. I have to make sure the bills are paid. I have to do this. I have to do that. And that's where I'm like, nah, fuck you. You got to learn this on your own.
So we agreed this sibling is the asshole.
I think he's kind of that. Like, I'm with you. I'm half and half. I think he's justified, but at the same time, you're going to give it to your sibling. It's $800 this month. He's not asking for this wild amount for something dumber. You know, this feels almost like just a silly little thing you guys will laugh about later, but you're kind of annoyed with him now.
Yeah, I would have been mad if it was a stupid ass tattoo though.
Was the tattoo good? If it was a shitty tattoo, I would have been so upset. If it was a good tattoo, you know what? Fine. I get it. That tattoo is sick. If you have some shitty tattoo and you walk in and I look at that and I know that's where your rent money went, oh, hell no, you're not getting the money.
They'll never live it down. I would still give them the money, but they would have to do something for me.
Yeah.
Like, you got, all right, go fucking do
work
something.
for it, yeah.
Yeah, go do something that, even if it's something like tedious that I don't want to do.
Yeah, like paint the fence.
Yeah, do something.
Yeah.
No, yeah, you got to go do something. Then I give this motherfucker money just because you got that stupid ass tattoo. That's the type of brother I am. But like I said, my little sister, everything she ever asked me for, she got. My oldest sister, anything she ever asked me for. And my oldest sister don't like paying you back.
Yeah.
She'll say borrow.
Yeah.
But she never.
But you know you're not seeing it back.
You never seen it back. The last time she borrowed some money from me, I made her pay it back just to prove a point, because I've heard in the family. Somebody else loaned her money, and she didn't want to pay it back. But then she loaned money to somebody else, and she hounded them to pay them back, pay her back. Yeah. So I was like, I heard that. 'Cause I don't live there no more.
Yeah.
So I, stay close to my family. I got to listen to all this stuff. I got to ask around and stuff like that. Yeah. So.
See, I feel like with my siblings, I always feel like if I have it, I want to give it to them. But at the same time, I can't give someone money that I feel like I can't just let go of. I can't give you an amount of money that is going to be stressful to me in my life now. I have to be okay with losing it. I won't let you borrow anything I can't afford to just not have.
Yeah. That's what they're doing. When you give people money, just the people borrow money, you just got to think of it like a gift. I'm going to tell you this right now. If I went and collected all the money that is owed to me out there, let me see what I can probably buy. I could probably buy like 2 or 3 Rolls Royces.
Jesus.
For the people that borrowed money. I got a childhood best friend. Best friend. He was like a brother to me. His mom was like my mom. I used to always go to his house because I hated my family house. I hated. And we never had food. His mom used to feed me, but I used to, pick the greens and stuff in her garden. She had like polio because she was on crutches and stuff. Yeah. And his mom was really nice. It was sweet to me. And my mom wasn't that nice to me. So I would go over there, and I didn't mind working in the garden doing this stuff. He wouldn't even do it for his own mom. Yeah. But me and him, we was best friends. I never I cussed him out a little bit for not helping his mom. But he had a hot ass little sister and a thought-ass cousin that I used to smash. So maybe that's why he didn't like me that much when we got older, because I don't think he knew I was smashing his family. But anyway, I shouldn't have said that out loud. Anyway, he bought her only $2,000 from me and then ghosted me.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm still cool with some other people in his family, and I bring it up. I was like, hey, you can tell your cousin. I ain't gonna say his name. I said, fuck it. I said, you can tell Pete Paul. Yeah. Even though he, fuck the $2,000, he can call me back. He can say what's up. Yeah. I see that he followed me on fucking Instagram, because when it comes across his thing, I don't follow him back because of that. Yeah. It says follow back, and I see his fucking picture right there. So this motherfucker, I hope you see this shit, Pete Paul.
Yeah, Pete
I don't give a fuck about the motherfucking $2,000, bro.
Do you miss your friend?
I do. Listen, I'm sorry that I used to smash your sister and your cousin, but you could have smashed my sister. You probably did. Fuck, I don't know.
Yeah. It's fine. What's $2,000 now? It's under
nothing.
Water under the bridge. It's fine.
I talked to him about that. I was like, bro, like they mix with like Chinese a little bit. So his sister.
Of course.
Oh my God.
The story makes so much more sense to me now.
Yeah, he's my best friend, but I needed sex.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole family know. Now the whole family know that.
I'm sure the whole family also liked you.
Yeah, they
So
like
was
me.
like, it's fine.
Cause she had got pregnant and they thought the kid was mine.
Oh. Okay.
And the kid.
And how did they find out it wasn't yours?
I did a DNA test because I thought the motherfucker was mine too.
Yeah. Did you have to wait until the baby was born, or did you do it while she was still pregnant?
No. This baby was already in his 20s by the time.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah. I'm talking about we was kids when I was smashed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
11 years old.
Mm-hmm. And so the kid was like basically an adult.
Yeah, he was like 21 by the time they blood tested me. Yeah. And he really thought that I was his dad, and I thought he was too. I was kind of hoping that he was mine, honestly. Yeah. Then he got rude with me.
Really? Why?
Yeah, because he was calling me like a deadbeat, and like I knew he was mine. Cause we moved out of that neighborhood and stuff like that a little short while longer. After that, whenever she got pregnant, my memory is kind of foggy on that. But anyway, the mom never told me it was mine, nothing like that. But when he grew up, people say he looked kind of like me.
So they just kind of assumed, like, oh, this might be Rampage.
Yeah, we're going to break it down. One of my cousins, R.I.P., we think it's his.
Oh, okay, got it.
We think it's his now, but he passed away.
So that's where the family, familiarity could have been.
Yeah, and so... Yeah, it was a big mess, and I really loved his family because his mom was like, I still keep up with the mom every now and then, but
oh, that's sweet.
It's kind of nice. But yeah, it's a touchy subject. It's really really sad. But I wish the kid was mine. But then he mouthed off to me, and I was like, bro, next time I come to Memphis, you know what I'm saying, I'll smack the shit out you. I don't play that shit. He said yeah, and I'll fucking take you out. I was like, give a fuck. I said, I tell you what, if I'm your dad, I'm gonna smack the shit out of you for talking to me like that. And if you take me out, you gotta live there the rest of your life in prison. You took out your motherfucking dad. So I said, you better pray that I ain't your motherfucking dad. By the way you talk to me and come out, I wasn't his motherfucking dad. Yeah. So I ain't get a chance to beat his ass.
Yeah, stuff like that is so wild to me. Of like what could have been, you have a new son, and then you're trying to repair this like weird relationship. Yeah.
It was been weird, but I would have took him with open arms. I would have. He started wrestling and he liked fighting and stuff. I was going to put him, turn him into a fight. I still could have did that, but
But the relationship was damaged.
We broke ties. Right, we broke ties right after that. It was very unfortunate. So I miss that family.
Yeah, sometimes I think of families that I used to grow up with, and I'm just like, what happened to them? Like I feel so sad that like I'm not a part of their lives anymore because they were such kind people, such good people.
Yeah.
But the older you get, I feel like it's harder to keep in touch with childhood friends and family.
I think people grow apart, and like I said before, I look at things for other people's shoes, and I know once I started fighting in Japan, I had my own family to take care of. I was a single parent fighting over in Japan. Yeah. And I was fighting 6 times a year. And I started losing friends because people thought that I was getting famous and I was hanging around famous people, which wasn't true. And when you fight 6 times a year, it's only 12 months in a year. So I come home from Japan, take a week off, then go back into the gym and fight because I was getting paid. I had to take care of kids. And so I think I grew apart from people then. And then when I went to the UFC, that's when I got more popular in America. And then people was like, oh, he changed. Yeah. By this time, like before I even got popular, we had already grew apart. And I understand that that's just life. And anybody that's from my past that watched this, listen, I think about you guys. I miss y'all dearly. Even my family's back in Memphis that I don't really talk to that much anymore because, what I'm saying, the phone works both ways, what I'm saying. Yeah. I should like hit up my cousins and stuff more. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna start tomorrow. I'm super busy tomorrow. Wednesday we'll try again. Yeah, Wednesday try again. I'm gonna text some of my family to see what they say.
I think sometimes people also don't realize sometimes how lonely it is when you're going through stuff like that. Because I'm very similar to you where I probably should be spending more time with family and friends. Especially now that I have the luxury of kind of being able to work from wherever, but I really don't. And I think that's really unfortunate the older I get because not only am I getting older, but everyone else in my family is getting older. Everyone's having kids. Yeah. And I feel almost as though because I'm watching their kids grow up on social media, I think I have a closer relationship with the kid than I actually do. Like these kids don't know me. Yeah. And I should be home more often. I should see my family more often. Yeah. But when I come home, it feels weird sometimes. Because, like, in the grand scheme of things, like, I ain't shit. I have 100,000 followers on Instagram. That's not even a lot for someone who does social media. But where I'm from in San Jose, that's more than the average person. So, like, by all means, like, to some of my cousins and some of my family members, they think, like, oh, she's popping. She's, like, out here living her life, doing the damn thing. And she is just, like, too busy to be home. Or, like, maybe she's too cool for school now. She doesn't want to come back and visit. But then most of the time I feel so lonely when I'm just on social media and I'm because life goes on whether you're there or not. Everyone in San Jose, their lives are moving on with or without me. And I'm looking at their lives through like a third person perspective of like, oh yeah, I remember this girl, like she was my best friend in high school and now she's a doctor. That's fucking amazing. She was the smartest girl I knew, but now I don't talk to her at all. And it's not like there is any animosity towards us, just naturally we kind of drifted apart, and it makes me really fucking sad. Cause like but again, it's not her responsibility to reach out to me, and it's not mine to reach out to her either. But like I should just reach out to her.
Were you close to her?
This was my best fucking friend.
Reach out to her.
When we were in high school, I was known as the troublemaker between the two of us, and she was like the smart nerdy girl who just like had a smart mouth. So anytime we would get in trouble, she'd get nervous, and I would lie for us because I was really good at lying to adults, because I used to get my ass beat all the time. So I got really good at lying really quickly and selling a lie because I was afraid of getting my ass beat. And so anytime we had to lie, I would do all the talking. But anytime we need to like cover up the lie, she would do the talking because she's smart. She could keep track of everything she says. And I wasn't allowed to have MySpace or AOL to talk to boys or anything like that when I was younger. So if my mom found out, I'd get my ass beat. And she was so smart that she could take her AP classes and then be on her phone at the same time and delete all of my social media accounts before I got home, so my mom didn't have any evidence to like beat me with.
Wow.
And so this was like my ride or die. She saved me from so many ass beatings.
How's your relationship with your mom now?
Oh, so much better now. When I was younger, I used to be really upset with my mom because I used to get my ass beat so much. I was the first kid, so I was kind of like the guinea pig of my family, where my mom was 23, my dad was 15 years older than her, so he was like quite a bit older. But my mom, like at 23, like I'm 29 now, I can't imagine having a kid. She's growing up at the same pace as I
just noticed you're Asian and your math is not fast.
No. I'm
crazy.
not the Asian with good math skills at all.
But you can drive. Okay, keep going.
You know, God is fair, give or take. But yeah, it's just one of those things where when I was younger, I used to get really frustrated with my mom. And like, why are you always hitting me when I do something wrong rather than sitting me down and talking to me? Because I think even as a kid, if you just kind of explain things to me, I would be more accepting of you telling me no, or like telling me why I can't go do things. But I didn't realize when I was younger that my parents didn't have the luxury of having time to sit down and talk to me. Both my parents worked. And so I was kind of a latchkey kid too, where I was so frustrated. Like, why do you keep beating my ass for these little things? It's not fucking fair. I'm not a bad kid. I'm not out here doing crazy shit. I don't understand why I'm getting my ass beat religiously for every little wrong thing I do, or every little wrong thing my sister did. I also got my ass beat because it's my fault for not watching her. And so I felt so much resentment towards my mom when I was younger. But the older I got, the more I started to forgive her, and I don't think any of that is her fault, especially because she's from Vietnam. Like, in that country, you have to discipline your kids so they're not these assholes to society. And in Vietnam, discipline isn't the same thing as discipline here. It's very normal to beat your kids in Vietnam if they're acting up. So that's all she knew. When she thinks of like raising kids, that's how she was raised. That's how her mom was raised, and her mom was raised. And so I can't be mad at her for raising me the only way she knew. I'm
gonna tell you this: if your mom used to get her ass beat as a kid, and she know how it felt to get her ass beat, it should have stopped there. I don't understand. I don't understand that. I understand that you feel that way. Same thing with my ex-wife. She's like the worst Asian tiger mom. And I asked her, you know what I'm saying, why? Because she before we had kids, she told me how strict her parents were. Yeah. So my son, my daughter was complaining to their mom and stuff like that, and I went to go talk to her. I was like, you remember you told me your parents was like that. So why are you doing that to our kids? Yeah. So I don't understand, like yeah, me when I was a single parent, I would spank my kids. We would call it whoop.
Yeah.
You said beat. I would whoop them with
Yeah.
like a belt
Yeah.
and stuff like that. For my boys, it didn't work. So and plus my oldest son is albino. He has no skin pigment. So if I spanked him on the butt, he would have marks. And in California, you can't leave marks on your kid. So I had to go and spank him in his hand. I used to have to make him wear a long sleeve so he wouldn't get like a belt whip. But nothing worked for these kids. So I had to make them do calisthenics. But then I learned with my two younger kids, the half Japanese ones.
Yeah.
Their mom would barely let me spank them.
Yeah.
But what I figured out was when the older ones get in trouble, I let the little ones watch them get a spanking. And so when they fuck up, I would just say, "You want a whooping?" And that would fix them for a while.
Yeah.
So my son, I only spanked him once or twice. And my daughter, she probably got a spanking one time because I caught her lying to me. She colored on that chair right there with a pen, and she lied to me.
Yeah.
And that was the last time that I ever caught her on a lie. She was a little kid, right? Because I spanked her, but I didn't have the heart to spank her. So I grabbed her. Let me see your hand.
Yeah.
I did like this.
Yeah. My dad used to do that too. Oh, my dad was a softie in the same way. He used to he would get a belt or hanger and he'd hit stuff like furniture around us just so he would scare us, but he didn't have the heart to like ever actually hit us. Well, he hit me once.
I believe it don't work.
Yeah.
I don't believe spanking your kids. I don't believe it works. And my mom used to give me whoopings with a switch. You know what a switch is?
Yeah, like a stick, right?
Yeah.
And you go out and pick it yourself?
Yeah. Well, not this one I didn't because
got it.
not these because we had a young tree in our yard, in our front yard, and she used to get the branches, like a little thin branch. It was like it'd be like a whip with thorns in it because you rip the things off.
Yeah.
And I got scars still all over my legs because my mom would whoop me with that just because my sister lied to her because remember I didn't want to leave the yard, so she would lie and say like, "Oh, he was cussing all day."
Yeah.
And my mom wouldn't even ask me. She'd just come home and just get a switch. Sometimes I used to have to get the ones myself. When I got the ones, I got the smaller ones. So she would get that switch and just beat the shit out of me every day.
Yeah.
Every day until one day I couldn't take it. Yeah, so I understand what you're saying, but I just don't believe it worked. So from now on, when I have kids, I'm gonna keep having kids. I'm gonna keep having kids. So
you want a really big family?
Yeah. I'll probably
I love big families.
Oh yeah. I think I quit when I'm like 50 something.
Yeah.
Maybe 60 because I'd be too old for the kid. But by that time, they're gonna come with some new technology. I'm gonna stay young. So I'm gonna keep having kids for a while, and I know now not to whoop them little motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's something I'm kind of afraid of. Where I don't know if I'm at a point where I want kids or not. I told myself I'll only have kids under the conditions that I am financially stable with or without a partner. And that I am like emotionally ready to raise a kid better than I was raised. Because I don't think my parents raised me badly or poorly, but I don't want to bring a kid into the world that I would ever have feelings of wanting to hit if shit got bad. You know, if they're acting up, I don't want to be the parent that like has to fight back from hitting a kid. I want to be able to raise a healthy, happy kid. Because sometimes I'll think about my childhood and I'll think, oh, I'm really doing well for myself right now. I got into a good college and I have a good job and I'm doing what I want to do and I'm really proud of myself for that. But how much more successful could I have been if I wasn't like scared shitless when I was younger? Because I used to think of it as, oh, it made me resilient. Like I am so like I conquered it.
Yeah,
you know?
And it made you a good liar too.
Yeah.
The strict parents make a
amazing liars for kids.
Yeah. Amazing. But my mom, when I was young, I used to resent her for the way she treated me because I'm the middle child.
Yeah.
And my oldest brother got special treatment because he's the oldest, and my sister, she was the only girl for a while.
Yeah.
And then my little brother, he was the baby.
Yeah.
And then 14 years later, my youngest sister was born, and that put me even more in the middle.
Yeah.
You know, I was the one that she didn't give a fuck about. And I guess I was the baddest one, whatever. But now I think about it, and I'm her most successful kid. And I've been living out here in California away from them, never been homesick. And now I thank my mom for treating me the way that I am, because I had to like pretty much raise myself to be what I wanted to be. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want to be here. I was mad that I was even born. I used to have those feelings because my dad was off doing his own thing once him and my mom got divorced. So at the end of the day, I think that everything happened for a reason. We shaped into it. Either we could be a positive person about it or a negative person about it. I think that if you do have kids, I think that you would probably be a better parent because you know how it made you feel. And, you know, as a woman, you have a biological clock. So right now, you say you, 28?
29.
You 29. So a lot of times when a woman, the type of woman that don't want to have kids, by the time she's in her mid-30s, 32, 34, her mind changes. Cause
a lot of my friends who are close to my age now who don't want to have kids quite yet are freezing their eggs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think absolutely. Maybe I'll freeze my eggs, you know?
Yeah.
Biological clock is ticking, but I still have time.
Yeah, I would say it's better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah.
Because you might meet the love of your life and he might want kids. Freeze them eggs, woman.
Yeah.
Freeze them.
I'm gonna freeze them until I find a nice short king who does not piss me off. But thanks for watching, guys. This is Mixed Company, and we will see you next week. Bye.